It's 6 months since this programme told you about a campaign which was started to take a famous northeast landscape into public ownership. Eston Hills and Eston Nab between Redcar and Guisborough was up for sale for just over £400,000. Well, we have an update live now to Craig Hornby, who's been part of that campaign. Hiya, Craig.
How are you doing, Neil? All right.
Nice to speak to you. What's happened?
Well, amazingly, we've bought the summit of Eston Hills. We've bought the top of what was Lot 1. It was an 80... The site of Lazenby Bank, which was up for sale, formerly the Wilton Castle Estate, was divided into 8 lots. We collected 15 grand in about 7 weeks, all through public donations, which was a great achievement, but obviously we weren't on the page to buy a lot, let alone the whole site. We wanted to get the whole site back into public ownership, so it could be best, protected and conserved and cleaned up and looked after, really, because it's in terrible state, through vandals and quad bikes and 4x4s, and it's vandalism all across the mine sites and the Nab rocks, all of it. It needs a lot of work, TLC, and looking after. So we put a bid in for Lot 1, which was the Nab, and 45 acres of woodland beneath. We thought if we'll just why not? We got nothing to lose, we'll put it in. I'd been to see the owner. I tracked him down in County Durham,
right,
and took him a DVD and sort of and I gave him a begging letter, looked him in the eyes, shook his hand and said, don't sell it to anybody else than us,
So how supportive has he been?
Really, well, he accommodated us. He said, look, we can't... Well, the land agent phoned me a week before Christmas, and he said, the owner really respects what you're doing. He thinks you've run a magnificent campaign, and raising that kind of money is great. Obviously, we can't sell you 45 acres for 15 grand. How would you like to buy just the top bit?
Wow.
I was like, just the top bit is is an ancient monument,
and Craig,
Iron Age and Bronze Age and all that. It's a famous Teesside landmark, and we snapped it up, of course.
Explain why your group is so worried about this. Why does this matter, Craig?
It matters because those hills are loved by people, and they're also plagued by people who go up there trashing them. And we need to protect them. It's our heritage. From that hill came the infant Hercules of Middlesbrough. It was made into the iron and steel making capital of the world. It came out of the bowels of Eston Hills. That's one reason. It's a fantastic site on the edge of urban industrial Teesside, and it offers the finest views of Teesside. If everyone's ever been up there, the people will know it's 800 feet up, and it's astounding. A moorland right near an urban area.
But why would that change if it wasn't in public ownership?
Well, because what we want to do is get people to feel like they do have this connection to the land. It's up to them to do the work. It's up to us to protect it. It's up to us to teach the kids not to trash it. And by the people rallying together and now making this purchase of the summit, which is an ancient monument. It's on the English Heritage at Risk National Register. It's an important site, and we need to look after it. And so by doing this, by rallying the people together and the people to buy it, is going to give us a much greater chance of applying for big funding to do that kind of heritage and conservation work.
Okay, so you've got Eston Nab. Is your plan to get the Eston Hills next?
Well, the whole of it's only the eastern half of Eston Hills, from like the Nab across to sort of above Wilton Castle, was up for sale. 214 acres. All the land to the west and the moor itself has been in public ownership for a long time now. Since the mining ended in sort of 1949. So this is the missing part of the jigsaw. The eastern side. If we were to buy that whole site, it would mean that public access, public ownership would stretch from Wilton Village all the way to Flats Lane. We want to try and get big funds to buy the rest of the site, to build our heritage trail, and on top of the hill, create a landmark memorial to the ironstone miners that died beneath in the tunnels in that great labyrinth. That's what we want to do.
Good day for the region, Craig.
I think it's excellent. Yeah.
It's nice to speak to you. Good luck. Thank you, Craig Hornby, who's been part of that campaign. They've managed to acquire Eston Nab.